Everyone, today I'm going to be doing a light berry eye makeup look, and also pairing that with a light berry lipstick from Revlon. I absolutely love these liquid lipsticks. They are absolutely perfect. I think all they're from Rimmel. It's either Rimmel or Revlon, but anyway, they are perfect. So I'm going to be applying this to my applying lipstick to my eyes. No, I'm going to be applying a Maybelline Colour Tattoo to my eyelids as a primer. It did dry out slightly, so I have gone in and I have gone to the shops and bought a new one, and I have the eyeshadow is called Pig Gold. It's a really nice primer. I use it as a base. It's a nice alternative to the Urban Decay ones and MAC Paint Pot and stuff like that. So any of those eyeshadows or eye bases, this is kind of like a dupe for it, and also kind of a better kind of affordable match. So after I've primed both my eyelids, I'm going to go in and use the Morphe palette. This retails for around £22 to £23. This is really good, however when you start to hit pan, the eyeshadows begin to crumble, so I would go in with a lighter hand when you pick up the eyeshadow from that palette. So anyway, I am going in with a warm toned brown. This is probably one of the lighter shades. Not the greatest at blending yet. Also haven't got enough brushes at the moment to do all of that. However, I will be investing in with some new brushes soon. I'm going to check out Beauty Bay, which is where I get most of my makeup and brushes from. I will get the brushes from. So I am blending that into my crease. Again, I do however struggle with blending, so please do, if you find that my blending techniques aren't up to match, I would recommend doing it how you do it, just plainly because I do find this quite hard. Then going in with two eyeshadows that I pointed to, I'm going to be applying this to my eyelid, and I like this the combination of eyeshadows because they reflect a kind of like a goldish colour. So when you if you don't like dark eyeshadows, this is absolutely perfect. Yeah. So I'm just going to apply this to my eyelids. Again, I'm just making sure that it goes all the way up to the crease. So I'm just doing that slowly using a packing brush. So yeah, I actually love this, and I'm just making sure that it doesn't go patchy. You can use a little bit of Fix Plus or a setting spray to help pick up the eyeshadow if it needs to be. If it is sorry, I dropped my recording device. So I am going to just I don't know where I was going with the other sentence. So anyway, I'm just applying a little bit more, just making sure that it's up to the crease. Again, I am going to move into using again, I don't know why I like the word again at the moment. I keep saying that like all the time, don't know why. So I am going to go in with a slight purple, kind of a purpley colour, mixed in with a bit of red. So these eyeshadow combinations are really nice, especially if you like autumnal colours. Keeping it very, my mistake, I was using more of a red toned eyeshadow on the outer half of my eyelid with a little bit of purple mixed in it, and then lining my lower lash line with a purple red eyeshadow combination. Sorry about this, but the way I am recording this voiceover, there's a little black box and it kind of covers the bit where I apply the eyeshadow. I can see where the eyeshadow is. It's a little bit hard to do this, but as I can see now, I am applying the purple. I either use a matte purple from the Urban Decay palette, or I use the dark purple in the eyeshadow palette. I also decided to use a little bit of black here. However, I find the black quite chalky. Again, I will probably do a better review on a Morphe palette. I'm going to probably buy a new one as well, just because I think that might help. So I'm just making sure I shape my eyes the way I like it, just to make sure. And then I'm going to move on to just kind of blending it out, trying my best. As I said, I'm not the greatest at blending. I only began really doing my makeup properly in sixth form, which was a couple of years ago now. No, a year and a half ago now, and I haven't got all the brush tools and I'm still learning, but hopefully I'll get better. Then I'm adding a little bit of gold just to kind of bring up the eyeshadow. I actually love doing this, and then applying an inner corner highlight. I'm just wiping away any fallout or excess eyeshadow that I put underneath my eyes. Yeah, I absolutely love this makeup that I did. I am going to be doing a cut crease look, probably either in Christmas time or doing a basic one in November. So you probably will see that in my September favourites where I talk about what I'm doing. So yeah, I'm just going in with the pencil end of the blending brush and just kind of shaping my inner corner and blending it. It actually takes me quite a while. As you can see, there's 16 minutes cut down from 20 minutes, so it takes me around 20 minutes to do my makeup. When you first start, it takes about an hour, plenty, because you are practicing, and believe me, in the mornings I had to get up at 6 when I was at sixth form, because obviously I was doing my makeup and I was allowed to wear makeup every day, so I was becoming better slowly, yet it took me an hour to do it because I found it so hard. So that's literally probably the worst thing to do in the morning before school, but I practiced and I'm getting there, and I will invest in some new brushes. I just want to let you guys know, hopefully my makeup looks won't look the same. I am trying to experiment and do other makeup looks as well, which I will be doing soon, especially with the cut crease that I've been practicing recently. So I am lining my top lash line with my favourite eyeliner. I either choose the Revlon liquid eyeliner or the Barry M liquid eyeliner. Them two are my favourites, just because they're easy to use. I used to find applying eyeliner so hard and used to get fed up with it, so now I found out which ones I like. Then mixing the glittery white shade with the pink and highlighting my inner corner. However, I can see here it's a little bit patchy. Please do excuse that. Like I said, I am not as good at makeup, but I'm learning how to do it and I want to improve, and I hope you guys stay with me on this journey as I get better. Oops, excuse me. Voiceovers, they make your throat really dry. Always remember to have a bottle of water beside you when you're doing the recording. Anyway, I'm applying the mascara. This is a mascara that I got a while back. I actually need to get a new one because it is slightly drying up. I like to make a list on my computer of what makeup look I need. Makeup I need. Now I'm going to just move on to kind of just primer my face. I just use a fix setting spray, Fix and Go. This is from, I just reached down here where I've left it, is the Rimmel #Inkster Fix and Go 2-in-1 primer and setting spray. So it is a primer and also setting spray. Absolutely brilliant stuff. It actually makes your skin feel so nice and kind of soft, and it also just helps with cakey foundation. If you've got cakey foundation, it just kind of smoothens it out and makes it less cakey. Then I'm going in using the L'Oreal True Match foundation in Ivory, and using a EcoTools brush, which I actually find a little bit too small and it kind of makes my foundation a bit streaky. But at the moment, my last foundation brush, all the bristles fell out. Don't know why, just did. So yeah. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is, not the next thing, I'm just going to blend it in circular motions all around my face. Yeah, I'm just kind of blending it out with my fingers as I go, just because sometimes it gets a little bit streaky. I might invest in getting a beauty sponge or a beauty blender, just plenty, because it is pretty hard to use this brush to kind of blend out the foundation. I actually find it quite easy just to use my fingertips. Make sure you clean your hands before you apply any foundation with your fingertips, just to stop any bacteria getting on your skin and causing a breakout. In this video I did forget to fill in my brows, so if you're wondering why I didn't fill in my brows, I just completely forgot, and I have been doing that actually. Even when I'm not filming, I seem to forget to fill in my eyebrows. So I do fill them in, and I usually do that, so make sure you fill in your eyebrows. Just know this, I do sometimes forget, so if you're wondering why I didn't fill in my eyebrows like I do in all my other makeup tutorials, that's why. I just forget, and I think I've done it, so that's basically what I do. And then I just kind of covered up my under eye circles using a bit of foundation, because at the time I did not have any concealer, and I still don't. And then going in with a little bit of setting powder, just because I had a little bit of shine. This foundation is a matte foundation, yet it just doesn't mattify my skin. My skin is a little bit oily, and also this helps just to kind of apply the bronzer. So I'm just applying it on my T-zone and on my cheeks, and anywhere else that looks a little bit shiny, just like a little dabble of it on my cheeks, just to help with the bronzer and the contour. So when I finish that, I am going to next move on to applying some bronzer. Again, this is from Rimmel London, and I'm just using this in a kind of my forehead, slightly blending it out. I have been finding that using the MAC contour brush, it has been slightly better, mixed in with a little bit of the setting powder, which helps with. I have found that my bronzer has been slightly patchy, so by doing this little trick using the setting powder and the bronzer together on a flat contour brush, I've actually found that it has been a lot better. And then I'm just going in and just kind of slightly contouring. I don't actually have any proper contour powder, so what I like to do is I just use a little bit of the bronzer and just slightly bronze up my face. Excuse my hair in this video, I tried to do curls before this, went a little bit wild. So I'm then just contouring my nose like I usually do. This just helps my nose look a little bit smaller, and also helps it match the rest of my face. Otherwise I have a very white nose while the rest of my face is really bronzed, so I like to just apply a little bit, and also to make it look a tad smaller so it doesn't look so chubby. And then I'm just going to go in and highlight. I'm using a LA Girl highlighter which crumbled, and now just a little bit left, and I thought, you know what, sorry, I'm just going to use it as a highlight, so the rest of it is a highlighter. Yeah, then actually I started off by applying blush. I did that afterwards, but just because the highlighter was nearly finished, I just thought, you know what's the point of just throwing it away? There's a little bit left, just use it in this makeup tutorial. And at the moment I'm using an eyeshadow from my Morphe palette, which works as well as a highlighter, so I'm quite glad of that. I'm just using my finger just to apply it to my cheeks, and then just blending it out slightly. So yeah, I really like kind of highlighting. At the moment it's not going so well, plainly because, as I said previously, that I need to get some new brushes, and that's the reason why. So I'm highlighting my nose, my cheekbones, my cupid's bow and my chin, and a little bit on my forehead if I decide to do that. Sometimes I don't, sometimes I do. So yeah, and just applying a bit on my chin. Again, this is just going to also brighten up my skin. Highlighters are the main reason. Yep, you can see I'm just reaching for that lipstick. Oh no, I'm just applying a little bit of concealer around my lips just because they were slightly sore, and I just didn't want that much redness everywhere. So that's what I did, so don't worry about that. And so I am just going to now apply a lipstick. This is a dark berry lipstick. It's actually super nice. I will probably put the products down below. I say that in all my makeup tutorials, and I take ages to do it, and I eventually do it. I just sit down and do it, but I'm trying to juggle coursework at the moment with YouTube and other hobbies that I do, so it takes me a while. So if you're wondering where it is, just please bear with me while I do the other things I talked about. So I'm just applying this liquid lipstick to my top and bottom lips. I absolutely love this liquid lipstick. It dries matte, you can eat with it, and when it does wear off, it just leaves a light berry tint and looks absolutely amazing. So that is the end of my video. I did fill in my brows off camera. They do look a little bit rubbish. I just quickly did them because I did realise, and it was like 2:30 in the morning. So yeah, so here's the finished look. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm just going to brush out slightly some of my curls. Again, I filmed this kind of hair look off camera, so I'm just finishing off the look now. So I really do hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time for is anxiety and label plus my severe panic attack story time video. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it, and please do excuse my eyebrows. Bye.